Yes, so Hairless here. Today we are back with Dimas Senopati, and this is his cover of Alone by Heart. Very, very well-known song. A song from the mid-80s, 1987, so it'll be cool to see a cover of that about 40 years later. A bit less. Dimas released this video in 2024. This will be my third time hearing Dimas. First time was Still Loving You by Scorpions, unbelievable, and then the second time, Dream On by Aerosmith. Those two videos were really good covers of two really good original songs. Hopefully it will be the same today. I've seen in those two videos what Dimas's voice is capable of. This song alone has some real powerful moments, so hopefully we'll get some more of them.
I hear the ticking of the clock. I'm lying here, the room's pitch dark. I wonder where you are tonight. No answer on the telephone. And the night goes by so very slow. Oh, I hope that it won't end though alone.
Okay, I don't want to be too cruel and too much of a tease, so I'm going to pause for just a few seconds before we get into the very famous chorus. We'll get to that in just a moment. Just a few things with the music that we've heard so far. Any sort of differences from the original song. By the way, this is a very topical song that I'm doing right now. Why? Well, just yesterday I filmed my first Heart reaction. It was a different song, Crazy on You. I don't know when these videos will be released publicly on YouTube because of copyright issues. That's also why I'm pausing and talking now. But as of right now, which is probably a month ago by the time you're watching this, I plan to release the Heart video before this Dimas video. So hopefully that's already available if you want to check that one out. It's a really good song. I actually prefer Crazy on You to Alone. I mean, they're both really good songs, of course, but yeah, just thought I'd say that. I'm getting a lot of Heart action these days, it seems. Anyway, back to this arrangement. Let's just go to the opening because we can hear it's really similar to the original song, but there are some subtle differences. So this opening is simpler than in the original song. In the original, it starts, and then the next chord here, we can hear that dissonance, which they are not including in this cover. So it's a little bit simpler, but overall, I think we can all agree it pretty much sounds the same in terms of the arrangement. What's interesting is the key. As we can see right at the start here, we get a nice shot of the piano being played, which is always good, but I always find it interesting when the notes they're playing are not the notes we're hearing. He's playing these notes, whereas the original song, and then the top note is removed and it's... So he's playing one note down, a semitone down. Why is this? I don't know. It raises a couple of questions though. He's playing the keyboard a semitone down, but it still could be modulated up live. Or more feasibly, he plays it and then they modulate it in post-production up. So then when Dimas is singing along, he hears it at that pitch. Why might this be? I don't know. But as we can see, there are a lot of the white notes being played here. In the original, it's a lot of black notes everywhere. There are a lot of flats in this key, as we can see by the key signature. So by playing it in this different key, maybe it's just easier to play on the piano. Interesting either way. In terms of what we're actually hearing, some subtle differences.
And the night goes by so very slow.
We can hear this falling in the synth part at the top. A new part introduced, falling down in a scale that adds extra dissonance because it's kind of clashing with the harmony as it progresses. And also we have a new bass guitar part that's just come in, which adds a lot of depth to the sound and provides the harmonic foundation.
And the night goes by so very slow.
Which is also falling. So the synth part falling, bass part falling together like that. As for Dimas, we know what he's capable of. We haven't seen anything too crazy yet. We're about to in the chorus, so I'll carry on now. We have just seen some hints of his voice, his style, that really rich vibrato. He's using quite a non-full sound, quite airy at moments. Let's carry on with the chorus.
Till now, I touch your lips and hold you tight. No, you don't know how long I have waited, and I was going to tell you tonight, yeah. But the secret still my own, and my love for you still unknown, alone.
Oh, into the other chorus. I want to hear it. Copyright is just such a problem these days with these videos, so I do need to pause. I'm sorry, I just do. So I won't dally around. Let's just go over some more of what we've heard there. I'll go over a couple of smaller points before we go into the chorus, which is obviously the main thing of this song. So this line, let me play it in the original first.
You don't know how long I have waited.
That's the upper harmony. We have harmony against the melody. Dimas does not include that here.
You don't know how long I have waited.
So that's one element removed, but maybe or almost to compensate, just before that line, we get this added vocalization that is in harmony.
Too tight. No.
Well, not really harmony, they're singing in octaves, but still two voices. In the original, we just get this almost pained oh instead. Again, subtle differences, but that's what I listen out for. This is only my third time hearing Dimas, but based on the two previous times I've heard him, it seems to be that overall they maintain the structure, the key, the arrangement pretty much, but there are just these small differences here and there. And I think it's important to have at least some differences so you can really put your own stamp on it rather than just being a like-for-like copy of the original. Overall, I think they've done a very good job of pretty much matching the original like-for-like in terms of structure, the arrangement, the harmony. They're not changing the harmony because of the arrangement. The instrumentation is similar too. And I don't want to sound like a broken record talking about the subtle differences, but some of them, even though they're subtle, at least to me, they have much more of an impact than maybe we think. Maybe we don't even notice them at first. One I want to highlight again, I alluded to earlier, and it's this falling synth line.
And my love for you still unknown.
Now listen out for that in the original. Hint, it's not falling, it's the last note of the scale. It's just holding that, it's static. Have a listen.
And my love for you is still.
So it might not seem like a big difference, but it does have some pretty big consequences on the music. One, how much dissonance we hear. It depends on what the rest of the music's doing, but a falling scale is likely to create more dissonance because it's moving. Equally, a static line, if the rest of the music is moving a lot, then that could cause more dissonance. In this case, the rest of the music is quite static. We can hear that in the melody.
Love for you still unknown.
It's centered around this one note. It just deviates away from it once. So the second thing, by having now a falling scale, as the melody just stays the same, the scale is falling. And it's working in this kind of half contrary motion against it. Contrary motion means when two parts are moving in opposite directions. And in the other Heart song that I've just reacted to, Crazy on You, my favorite part in the whole song is contrary motion. Before coming back down at the end of the phrase, working in contrary motion against this bass line. And then you put them together, it just works so well. So I really like the fact that Dimas has added in some extra contrary motion with this added higher synth part. Right, onto the big boy moment, the chorus. Mr. Top Hat Dude is back looking as cool as ever with the horns coming out of his hat again.
Till now, I always come by on my own. I never really get until I met you.
Lovely upper harmony as well, and the harmony here just really serves the purpose of demonstrating the different types of voices. The upper harmony up there in head voice, falsetto. The melody just a little bit lower, but Dimas is able to sing that in this super powerful blended voice of his, which most men on this earth simply cannot do.
Get until I met you.
He's getting a bit of grit at the start of the phrase, and I do really like this really rich vibrato. I always say that we all have different preferences when it comes to vibrato. I'm weird. I like rich vibrato when it comes to pop singing and not so much when it comes to operatic singing. You might just be the complete opposite. That's completely fine, but I just really like his vibrato when he chooses to use it.
And now
It's very cool. It's like we can see his throat and his voice opening up. Of course, it's all happening in here, but the mouth shape does help, and we can see that. Really cool. His voice obviously contributes to the massive sound that we're hearing now in the chorus, but also, and this is something I didn't really notice when I knew this song growing up, it's the percussion. Just where I paused going into the second chorus. The percussion is the most important part at that moment. It tells us that something big is coming, the chorus is coming. It's the same in the original, or very similar. Amazing video that is too. Choosing to have percussion only for the choruses, not in the verses at all. There's not even some really soft hi-hats or something in the verses. Really impactful. Maybe my brain is just slower than everyone else's because I'd never really thought about that before. Let me know in the comments if you noticed that. In the verses there is no percussion at all and it's all just there for the choruses. Alright, I won't tease you anymore. Let's carry on with the second chorus. If you enjoy these videos, please consider supporting me. You can buy me a coffee or hot chocolate, join our Patreon for loads of additional content that's not available on YouTube, or become a YouTube member for these groovy emojis and membership badges. All options are linked below, and a special thanks to everyone on the screen. Back to the video. Sorry, I'm watching that again. Dimas is loving it. I believe the guitar solo as well is like for like, basically the same melody as in the original. I might need to fact check that. Yeah, looks like it is. Ticking off the clock, I'm lying here, the rumors bedtime. Oh wow, we're going to need to go back and listen to that one moment again. The ending. This is a great example of a kind of I don't want to use the word imperfection. Let's just say rhythmic differences, but they're choosing to leave it in. Dimas, at the end there, implements tempo rubato, which literally means in robbed time, where you kind of slow down as you want, you know, you feel the music. And he's lagging quite significantly, kind of exponentially, behind the keyboard that's doing the same thing. And just here now they kind of resolve and finish together. That could really irk some people. I'm kind of halfway. The perfectionist in me is thinking, oh, just be together. But at the same time, I appreciate the musicianship and I like the fact that they've left this in there. Interestingly, there is no singing in the original song there. It's just instrumental. So in a way, Dimas' doing that even has more of an impact. In the choruses, I think I might have been mouthing along quite a lot. It's actually the upper harmony part I'm listening to because it's just so high. How do I get you alone? up there. That's pretty much as high as a chorister will ever need to sing. And let's finish up with the wow. I mean, there are many wow moments in this one, but the final wow moment. Starting straight tone, vibrato coming in at the end. I guess the main thing here is just a blended voice, but a very head-dominated blended voice. I often get comments asking, so Hairless, what's a blended voice? You have your chest voice, which is like your normal full voice. Head voice, you can hear the difference there, and a blended voice is a mix between the two. This blend can have more of the head voice or more of the chest voice, and here it's clearly much more of the head voice. Really cool, really incredible voice he has. He seems to be choosing very good songs to cover, songs that a lot of people know, which is always good to see. People from around the world can come and listen and share the joy of this music. He's now got over 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Very well deserved. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this one, and let me know if you want to see more Dimas, please, by liking this video. Comment down below other songs you'd like to see me do by him, and if you don't want to leave any words, then we'll go for an emoji. Today's emoji will be a microphone. I think that makes sense. Thank you if you made it this far. Really appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one.